The following is an exclusive presentation of WI Garden Media, the voice of Garden Talk Radio.
Coming up on the program today, we're going to discuss ripening your tomatoes before the frost, how to do it, as well as making it at home. It's going to taste better. Our guest is Miss Lori and Mr. Brown of YouTube homesteading page, Whippoorwill Holler. Will be with us, and we'll answer your garden questions.
You are listening to the most informationally packed hour of garden-focused radio in the country and on the internet with your host, husband and wife team Joey and Holly Baird. This is the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show.
And welcome to another edition of the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show. Happy to have you along. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your day just for a little bit. I'm your host, Joey Baird. Beside me is my wife, co-host, best friend, and gardening partner,
Holly Baird.
This program is for you, about you, to help your garden grow better, to maintain your landscape, grow healthier trees, make your grass look greener, as well as preserving what you grow. Happy you're tuning in, whether you're doing such on one of the 20 AM and FM frequencies broadcasting our program here in 2025 through a radio app, through our parent website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com, underneath the Radio 9 tab at the top of the page, podcast replay or in-studio video replay. Thank you so much. You want to be part of the program? Communication is available through calling us toll-free, coast to coast at 1-800-927-SHOW. That's 1-800-927-7469. Also, communication can be done through email, gardentalkradio@gmail.com. Let us know where you're listening from. We'd love to hear that. Gardentalkradio@gmail.com. Before we get in the program, Holly, it's time for this week's joke.
What is a potato's least favorite day?
Sunday?
Friday. Like fried.
Oh, fried, because it gets fried, play on words. Okay.
This week's garden joke is brought to you by rescue.com. American-made rescue products keep your family, home, and yard protected from pests like wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, flies, ants, and more. Learn more at rescue.com. That's rescue.com.
So we're kind of getting closer to that time where some people are happy that frost will be coming to in the gardening season. Others do whatever is possible in order to prolong the growing season for the warm weather crops. Some of you have invested in greenhouses and or high tunnels in order to grow further in and sometimes through the winter months. For those of you who are growing strictly outside, and when the frost comes, you'll shut her down and see you again next spring. There are some things in which you can do to make sure that you can get as many ripe tomatoes off of your vines before the frost comes, because there's no more, disappointment than having a whole bunch of green tomatoes. It's going to frost tomorrow. You got to pull them all off, or they turn into muck. Now, as the season progresses into the fall, the days are getting shorter, getting cooler. You don't necessarily, that tomato is not as crisp and popping fresh as those first couple of dozen were on the vine, because of just environmental conditions and the natural progression of the way the summer and the plant grows. So there's some things in which we can do in order to encourage the plant to produce ripe tomatoes, and we don't have as many green tomatoes on the plant. One thing is clip off, pinch off, break off the growth tips on these tomato plants. You can get a big shrub of tomatoes and there's a lot of growth tips, so just give it a giant haircut. Now, from flower to fruit, you're looking at 20 to 30 days. 20 days on the cherries, 30 days on the larger beefsteaks. So you can prevent more. If you see flowers starting to develop, you can take the risk and kind of, my first average frost date is the 15th of October. Well, there's been times here where we're now currently zone 6, where we've had frost October 10th, and we've had frost the week before Thanksgiving. So there's not here's the time you need to do it. Just giving you the information. Your mileage will vary. Do what you feel is best, but these are some true tested tips that will help. So take off the growth tips to prevent the plant from continue to growing out, stress the plant out to put the fruit and develop the fruit that's currently on the plant. Another thing you can do is take a shovel and go around the base of your tomato plant 3/4 of the way around and just slice straight down. And slice straight down in order to cut the roots off. You want to go about 6 inches away from the stem, and you want to leave about 1/4 of those roots available, but you want to cut the rest off so you're stressing the plant out.
You can also reduce watering or just stop watering.
Which if it rains, there's nothing you can do.
Right. But if you're not having a rainy fall and then you stop watering, that's going to stress the plant out. And you don't want to, as you get closer to frost, you want to discontinue watering. But if it's not super close to frost, maybe 50%, you don't want to stress them out too much initially.
Now, another way in which you can ripen tomatoes is what is called red plastic. It's a material that this works only if you have an in-ground or ground level irrigation system. You're putting this plastic around the base of the plant on the soil, and it reflects light back up into the plant itself.
Right, and this is actually proven to be effective.
Now, some people say to use aluminum foil. I think that's a little...
well, the aluminum foil is supposed to reflect
you might as well use a mirror.
Right.
Never mind 17 mirrors in the yard, sir. Don't worry about that. It'll be fine.
It could be distracting if you're...
Aircraft flying over.
Right, or like if you're near a road and then all of a sudden the light hits it. Anyway, so the red plastic is actually proven by... looks like a number of...
It's been tested
University Extension, so it's not a myth. Like it does sound like a myth, like a joke almost. Like I ripen my tomatoes faster with red plastic, but it is proven to work. You can also you want to make sure you are harvesting regularly. Now this will help obviously the tomatoes grow, but then when you harvest regularly, it does allow the plant to put more energy on the remaining green fruit to increase
And you talk about that. Let's talk about when you should harvest. And if you're harvesting, waiting till the fruit is completely ripe, at this point, there's nothing wrong with that. What you can do from this point forward is, as you see the pigmentation of the fruit begin to change, it ripens from the bottom up and around the shoulders into the stem. So as you see that color change on the bottom of the tomato, go ahead and pull it off. Put it in a windowsill or in an indirect light, or in like a garage, somewhere where it can get some ambient light, and it's going to ripen in 3 to 5 days. Now, will it be as sweet as what's on the vine? Probably. It's not going to really affect it a whole lot, but you're getting that fruit off the vine so that plant can go, okay, now I can focus on other things that ripen other tomatoes instead of trying to get that one to ripe that would take an additional 4 days of energy.
Right. And so another thing you can do is if you have to pull your tomatoes off the vine, and this happened to us once, we had to aggressively pull a bunch of tomatoes off of the vine and they were still pretty green. And you can lay them out on a flat surface, just one layer, hopefully in sunlight. If you don't have sunlight to do that in, it's fine. And they will ripen on their own. It does take a little bit of time, and
you're not going to have the wonderful flavor as you would.
They're going to be a little bit more bland. You can also, if you want to ripen them even quicker, you can put them in a paper bag and use a banana or an apple. And this also works for avocados too, because of
the methane that
ethylene. Yeah. And so those fruits release this ethylene gas, and it helps ripen the tomatoes. Just make sure that if you do that, you are checking them, because they can ripen quickly if you have a bunch and then all of a sudden there's a bad tomato and blah, blah, blah. You can create a warm environment, like a cardboard box or a kitchen drawer, and you want ideally 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that it's probably more convenient to just do the paper bag trick. And
because you try to get this precise temperature, there's a lot of work going in for what little return that you may get from this. Green tomatoes, you can make, what is it? No, it's not chutney. It's salsa verde.
But I think that's supposed to be just like green
the green tomatoes, if you've got green tomatoes.
Yeah. You can also do fried green tomatoes, the old classic.
People will actually not even wait till like the first harvest of tomatoes. They will wait until they're big and green and pull them off strictly for that. I believe it's like a really southern thing. It's not a northern thing. I've never had them. Have you had them? You've had them?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
They're okay.
They're not something you look forward to. They would not be something.
Because I think they're fried in cornmeal.
Yeah, and you don't like cornmeal.
I don't like cornmeal. No. So maybe I should try. I don't really like.
We would not be invited to many people's homes. We have anywhere. You want some cornbread? I hate cornbread. I hate okra. I don't like rhubarb.
That's like, it's fine. There's other stuff to eat.
I know, but people who've had cornbread? You've had good. You got a good cornbread, and you got to smother it either in butter or maple syrup.
Listen,
and some people break it apart and put ketchup on
it. Listen, if you have to smother whatever you baked in something else, it's not good.
You take pancakes and you smother them in butter.
No, I don't smother mine in butter and syrup.
You put butter and syrup on them?
A little bit, yeah. But I've also eaten plain pancakes because I like them. Oh. I make dessert breads that I don't have to smother in butter and Cool Whip and
but anything with maple syrup or butter or Cool Whip, it makes it a little bit better.
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying. So you have some options for ripening your tomatoes, whether it be off the vine or on the vine. And it's something that we have done a number of times, and it really does make a difference.
Now, you can, if like we always get in this situation where it's going to be, frost, a chance of frost or frost tonight. And then you look at the 10-day forecast and it's like, oh, it's beautiful the next 2 weeks plus. You can take bed sheets and cover your tomatoes.
Or like plastic. Or whatever.
Plastic. Yeah. The issue with plastic doesn't breathe and it can get cold and it will kill whatever leaves it touches. Yeah. So you don't want to use a flannel blanket, but you can cover your areas of tomatoes with just bed sheets, and that will be enough protection over the night in order to make that through and then get a few more days out of it if you want to go to that level of prolonging the inevitable that's going to eventually kill the tomatoes. But, we had this where it's, one night of really, 35 temperature, and then the next 2 to 3, 4 weeks, it's above average and everything's still doing relatively well, even though it is getting cooler.
Right, exactly. So with that being said, we are brought to you today by our sponsor, Walton's Inc. We know you care about where your food comes from. Canning and preserving your fruits and vegetables is great, but what about the meat? At Walton's, you can get the equipment, seasoning, and supplies to make sausage, jerky, and any other meat product to your way, to your high standards. Do you want to make snack sticks that people will actually like? Walton's created meatjuststicks.com, an informational site to help you make the best finished product. They have meat grinders, mixers, sauces, stuffers, spices, and more to help you go from animal to edible. Walton's everything but the meat. Use code GROW50, that's GROW50, to save 10% off your order at waltonsinc.com.
When we return, make it at home. It will taste better. We'll go over a number of things that you may not be aware of the easiness of it is to make it home. You're tuned into the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show.
Got a question for Joey and Holly? Send it via email anytime to gardentalkradio@gmail.com.
4-Jar Canning Supply, your one-stop shop for all your canning needs, where old ways meet new in every jar. They are a family with decades of home canning experience, offering top-quality products and outstanding service. Never run out of canning lids again. Whether you're a seasoned canner or just starting out, their extensive range of canning products will elevate your canning game. 4jars.com. Inspired by the homemade preserves of our childhoods, they want to share that same joy with you. They deeply care about your family's health and understand the importance of homemade, nutritious meals. That's why they offer high-quality products to help you preserve your food. Quality canning lids, pressure canners, vacuum seal machines, and all the tools you need to get the job done. 4Jars has you covered. Our canning lids provide the perfect airtight seal for any regular, wide, or gym-sized jar. With the thickest lids on the market, they provide long-lasting freshness, up to 18 months, and are rust-resistant, ensuring your preserves stay secure. Use code 4jars25 to save 10% off your order at 4jars.com. That's FORJARS25 to save 10% off your order at 4jars, FORJARS.com. Check out ivorganics.com. It's America's leading garden product YouTube channel. IV Organic products are innovative, organic, effective, and proudly USA made to help you achieve your best growing season. Use coupon code RADIO10 at checkout and save 10% on your entire order at ivorganics.com. That coupon code again is RADIO10 to save 10% on your order at ivorganics.com. If you could double the life of your raised bed boxes by sealing the wood with a clear, non-toxic wood preservative, would you? Well, now you can with a clear, penetrating product called Internal Wood Stabilizer. It's 100% non-toxic and easy to apply. Seal your untreated wood surfaces, even chicken coops, by spraying on Internal Wood Stabilizer. It's invisible, seals the wood from the inside out, and never wears off. Recommended by organic gardening experts, Internal Wood Stabilizer. Check it out at timberprocoatingsusa.com. Vermont Bean Company is a family-owned and operated gardening company with the largest selection of seeds online. Use coupon code 15TG25 to receive 15% off your order at vermontbean.com. That coupon code is 15TG25 to receive 15% off your order at vermontbean.com. Wisconsin Greenhouse Company has custom-made greenhouses to suit your needs. Grow year-round. Strongest greenhouses that will last a lifetime. From agricultural to lounging to entertaining. For more information, go to wisconsingreenhousecompany.com. Welcome back to the Garden with Joy and Holly radio show. Happy to have you around. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a little part of your day just for a little bit. More information about those coupon codes and the companies that financially support the program to allow it to be heard on your station each week. You can find all that out at our parent website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com, under the Money tab for the coupon codes and the Radio 9 tab for all past shows and sponsors. Well, make it at home. It'll taste better. Convenience is the word that many people use for not taking extra steps to make things themselves. Well, I don't have time, or it's more convenient to buy it and put it on my salad or utilize X, Y, and Z.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but there is a distinct, in 98% of everything, there is a very distinct increasedness of enjoyment and taste by homemaking it versus buying at the store. Not for the satisfaction of, oh, I saved money, but just simply strictly in the palate taste of it. It is so much more flavorful to do it, to make it at home.
Right. So there's a lot of things that you can make that are
pretty much anything.
Well, obviously pretty much anything. But a lot of these are really simple.
Yep.
And are common. So maybe some are not as common, but one is mustard, and you can easily make mustard with mustard seeds, which you can get at most grocery stores. Now, if you're not sure,
if you want to buy in bulk, you go to an Indian store.
Like an Indian food store.
Yeah, because you can buy a tiny bag or bushels.
Right, and
I don't know if you want 50 pounds of mustard.
I'm trying to think if I've seen them anywhere else, like in large amounts, but
it's not the common. It's not just yellow mustard you can make.
Right, you can make brown mustard. You can make like beer mustard, cherry mustard, cranberry mustard. You name it.
I guess like strawberry and pineapple. I don't know why
that would be. I don't know if that would be.
I know, but there's really no now. When you make this, is it strictly you have to water bath can it, or can you make it and put it in the fridge and make it in small batches, or what's the criteria for that?
Sure. So mustard you make in the 4 ounce. No, 4. Is it 2 ounce?
It's the half of a half.
That's 4 ounces.
Yeah. But do you have to can, or can you make it and strictly use it right away, or is it a long term? Is it a canning situation?
I guess you could use it right away. Like, I don't see why you couldn't, but canning it helps for longevity. So
if you don't want to can, you could make it without having to can it.
Yeah, you would just have to cook down the mustard seeds.
And then crush it.
Yeah, and crush it. So basically it's like mustard seeds, vinegar, sugar, or salts, and then whatever flavorings that you would be using. So that's what mustard is. Then we have hot sauce. Joey and I are not huge on hot sauce, but a lot of people do make this themselves. That usually requires a blender. It
is a 4 ounce jar, okay. A quarter pint jelly jar.
There we go.
No, hot sauce. I don't mind a little bit of hot, but some of these people enjoy the how hot can I stand to this particular item. Extremely hot. Like I would think you put on your car and your paint would start bubbling off.
Right.
Well, you see some of these shows where the chef has a respirator and gloves on, and they prepare the hot wings, and then they brought it out and go, "Enjoy, sir,"
Well, that's because of the capsaicin.
Correct.
They don't want that when they're cooking it, in the steam or whatever.
But somebody's eating this.
Whatever, I don't know. So anyway, you can make.
But
lots
there
of
are
hot
people
sauce.
that there's challenges on the internet of how hot can you make it, and there's different ways of gauging the heat of it.
I had a friend who would make this Asian hot sauce. They had these hot peppers and then some sort of vinegar, and it was like something that he would eat at this. I believe it was a Japanese restaurant. It was super hot.
So he brought it to the Japanese restaurant?
No, he would eat it there, and then he asked the owner.
They prepared it there for him, and he bought it.
No, he made it. So he got the recipe from these people.
Okay. So he was enjoying it there. He wanted to make it home, so he asked for the recipe. Okay.
Yeah. And it had like really hot peppers.
What is the stuff? Is it Japanese or Chinese? It's that green paste.
Wasabi?
Yeah, that's where it is.
You can make that too, I think.
But that's hot as well.
Yeah, that is. That's also, I don't know what wasabi is made of, but that brings us to horseradish sauce, which you can make. You and I tried to make horseradish sauce because we have horseradish that grows in the front yard that we did not plant. Who planted that?
Been here for years.
Okay. Now this is where this borderlines with making something like your own mayonnaise. So if you make your own horseradish sauce, you could obviously, you make it with mayonnaise and I think like sour cream or something. I forget. But if you want to make your own mayonnaise, I've done that, and you use egg yolks, I believe, and then oil and salt, and then you have to emulsify it. So you need a blender or a food processor, and then it emulsifies, and then you have your own mayonnaise, and then the horseradish sauce, you would add the horseradish to make it a sauce.
The horseradish is only activated. The heat's only activated when you grind it.
Right.
You can eat it like a carrot, and there's nothing really intense about it. But you grind it, it oxidizes, and boy, it really, really hits the.
It's a good way to clean out your sinuses.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you can make your own taco seasoning. I do this, and I have done this, where you use chili powder, cumin. You can omit any of
the wasabi. Back to the wasabi thing. The vast majority of wasabi served in restaurants and sold in stores. However, it's actually a mixture of horseradish, mustard, and green food coloring. A real wasabi is difficult to grow and extremely expensive.
That's what I've heard. So that's interesting. So you can make your own faux wasabi.
Yep.
Your own fake wasabi. So anyway, taco seasoning. I make taco seasoning myself, and there's lots of recipes online, but I use chili powder.
You're using raw ingredients.
Yeah.
To construct whatever flavor you want.
Right. And I just do this one batch at a time, but there are recipes where you could do like a whole jar full.
Well, by doing that, you're leaving out some of the additional things that you may get in a pre-made package, the emulsifiers or all this other stuff that may or may not be good for us.
And I don't add as much salt. I mean, you can buy low sodium taco seasoning, and if you're buying taco seasoning, that's fine. I buy it sometimes too, but if I have the time, I do make it myself. So it's chili powder, usually chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, a little bit of oregano, salt, pepper. I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah, it's pretty simple.
Well, honey mustard is an easy thing to make too. It's Dijon mustard, honey, and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And it is 100 times better than what you get in a bottle or at a restaurant. It is just the flavor, and it's not like, it's just so fraction of the quantity in order to get twice the flavor.
Yeah, it's really good. I remember I made it.
And you can make it in like 12 seconds.
I remember I made it recently when we had like potato wedges or something.
Ranch dressing. This is something that's very easy to make and incredibly different from store-bought versus homemade in a good way.
It definitely has a very fresh, herby taste when you make it yourself. And even if you buy the packets, It's that's still really good. But when you're adding your own parsley, dill, etc.,
I mean, there is quite a number of items that is required. You do have to half a cup of mayonnaise, sour cream, buttermilk or regular milk, freshly chopped parsley, dill, chives, lemon juice, onion powder, garlic powder, salt to taste, freshly ground black pepper. So you can omit any of those, but that is really the basis of traditional, wonderful, homemade ranch dressing.
Yeah, I like a lot of dill in my ranch dressing, so making it yourself can be helpful for that. I guess you could just mix it in regular stuff. Brats. Joey's going to make venison brats.
Yeah, when we get venison, we had not as much as I thought, but there's recipe. You get the casing and you can season the brat however you want. Years ago, back on the farm, I'd made several batches and the recipe calls for a certain amount of pork fat in order to make it more juicy. I never did that. I just did 100% venison, and in the recipe book, I remember making it, but I don't remember. This is 25 years ago. We're old enough to say that. I remember everybody liking it, the guys liking it, and I wrote very good in the recipe book. So we'll do that again. What?
It's a rave review.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you can also make your own garlic powder, onion powder, which we have done. And if you do this, you might want to put your dehydrator
outside or in an attic or in a ventilator, because it will overpower the ambient air in your home. This is a really good thing to utilize whenever you have guests around that are like you want them to leave. I'm going to make some onion powder, going to dehydrate. It is very, very potent whenever you're dehydrating it. Dehydrated onions is almost identical to the onion things that you put on top of your green bean casserole.
Oh, the French fried
French fried. When you dehydrate and you cut the onions up and put them on dehydrator, at the end it's basically interchangeable.
There you go. So then there's fermented foods, and this can be anything from yogurt to sourdough to fermented salsas, vinegars, kombucha. There's a lot of options for this, and if you're like, I don't know where to get the starter, or I don't know where to get the grains,
you can make your own starter.
You can make your own starter, or you can purchase a lot of these things online. There's a lot of different websites, and then also you probably know somebody who has a sourdough starter that they can give you, or give you some of. Yeah, there's
with like a sourdough starter. Once you've purchased it or created it and done it correctly, it's everlasting, is it not? As long as you keep feeding it, right?
Yeah. And this is why I don't make sourdough.
Because you forget.
I don't want to be responsible for this.
You've got a cat. That's enough for you.
Yeah, that's enough for me. Because people will be like, I don't know what to do when I'm going on vacation. There's ways.
So people will like take their sourdough to their friends, and their friends will feed the sourdough while they're on vacation?
I don't.
Well, you seem like.
I think you can put it in your fridge and kind of slow it down. I'm not really sure though. It seems like it's a growing problem. But
here's my fish and my sourdoughs. We'll see you in a week. Thanks.
I don't really get it. It freaks me out, to be honest. And
what do you think? It's going to be like a movie where it's just and come over? No,
it's just like a whole responsibility. And
it is water and flour and yeast.
I get that. No, it's yeast that is made by itself.
Right. It's flour and water, isn't it?
It is. But I'm saying is that I don't want to be responsible.
I think you're overthinking this.
I'm saying that I don't want to be pumping out the bread to make this sourdough situation.
Who needs more bread? I got to get rid of this sourdough, because there is a shelf life on it once it gets to a certain size.
It makes sense if you have children who eat the bread.
And sourdough is a bread that your body can break down, correct? Better, or in a way that store-bought traditional bread, because of the whatever it is inside of it.
The fermentation. Lactoferment.
And your body can actually break that down and make it into a usable energy source.
Sure.
It can be better than regular bread.
It's a little bit better for you. Okay. I guess it's good for your gut microbiome.
All right.
Joey, summer's winding down, but just because it's fall, we don't want to forget about our yards and those Japanese beetles and other grubs. They may now be hidden, but they're not far. Not only did the beetles feast on your roses and berries this summer, they laid eggs in your turf so that they can invade your yard again next year. Fight back with Phylum's Grub Gone. Grub Gone is a non-chemical BT granule that applied to lawns and specifically targets scarab pests and their larvae with an 80% plus control even in the fall.
Holly, did you know that Grub Gone is the only non-chemical choice that effectively controls grubs? And when you combine it with the best chemical grub control at very low amounts, bio-advanced grub control products, the tough-to-kill fall season grubs, are hit with a 1-2 punch that kills them at the best rate tested, nearly 100%. This combo of the best of biology and chemistry is called IPM, Integrated Pest Management, which is the best industry practice. Mix 1.25 pounds of each per 1,000 square feet equals 100% control. Grub Gone from Phylum Bioproducts, the best combination of safety and performance. Hang out with us, Miss Lori and Mr. Brown. YouTube homesteading page, Whippoorwill Holler, will be with us when we return. You're tuned in to the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show.
Have a garden question? Give Joey and Holly a call now or anytime 24/7. Just dial 1-800-927-SHOW. If you can't get through, leave a message and they will call you back. Call now 1-800-927-SHOW.
Azure Standard is America's premier family-owned online store for organic foods and healthy products for your home and garden. They deliver directly to families and commercial customers through over 3,500 drop points across all 50 states. Azure Standards strives to make grocery shopping easy, bringing all your needs to one convenient pickup location. As a trusted national health food distributor, Azure Standard offers bulk and specialty health foods to communities nationwide. With over 12,000 products, each one is approved and carefully sampled to ensure the highest quality. Azure Standard holds firm to non-GMO, organic, and natural standards. From food and beauty products to household items, nutritional supplements, animal care, hobby supplies, and even garden essentials, Azure Standard truly has everything for your daily living. Visit azurestandard.com, that's A-Z-U-R-E standard.com. Use promo code Joey and Holly15 at checkout to get 15% off for new customers who open an account for the first time and place a minimum order of $100 or more, shipped to a drop location of your choice. That's code Joey and Holly15 at azurestandard.com. Azure Standard is A-Z-U-R-E standard.com.
Jung Seed Company is a family-owned and operated gardening company since 1907 with the largest selection of seeds and plants online. Use coupon code 15TG25 to receive 15% off your order at jungseed.com. That coupon code is 15TG25 to save 15% off your order at jungseed.com.
R.H. Shumway is a family-owned and operated gardening company with a large selection of seeds and plants online. You can use code 15TG25 to receive 15% off your order at rhshumway.com. That's code 15TG25. Garden like a pro in 3 easy steps and receive customized fertilizer recommendations for your garden or lawn. Soil Savvy helps you determine what nutrients your plants need to thrive. Never again over-apply nutrients they don't need. A patented process that makes you a smart gardener. To get your soil test kit, go to mysoilsavvy.com.
Save your back. Easily and quickly remove trees and shrubs from your property with the Weed Wrench. Find it at weed-wrench.com. Made in the USA. Use coupon code WEED to save $10 off your Weed Wrench at weed-wrench.com. Welcome back to the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for choosing us to be part of your day. More information about those sponsors you've heard and all their coupon codes can be found at our parent website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com, underneath the Season 9 tab at the top of the page or the Money tab. Holly, let's go to the hotline and bring in our guest for this week.
Lori lives with her husband, Mr. Brown, in the hills of northeast Arkansas. On their YouTube channel, Whippoorwill Holler, they show their homesteading and sustainable living and how they live off the land as much as possible. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. We're so glad to be here.
Well, we're happy that you've had time to take and not only educate Holly and myself, but all of our listeners. We know you're very busy, and we appreciate the time you're going to offer us.
Oh, we enjoy it.
Well, you say that your homesteading is in your blood. Do you know how many generations back that spanned, or was you the first in that lineage?
You know, I was thinking about that, and I mean, I can go far back as probably maybe the pioneer, but probably farther back than that, because my family originated from, I'm not originally from Arkansas, I'm from Texas. My roots are in Texas, and my family were dairy farmers and sharecroppers, and most of them did homestead.
Well, and homestead is a modern term. Whenever you were growing up and your family and your generations past, it was just called living, is what it was.
Yes, that's just the way it was.
Yeah, if you needed green beans, you didn't go to the market. You grew them and you canned them, and that's the way it was. If you didn't have green beans, you just had to wait until summer.
That's right. It's called sustainability.
Right.
So you two both love to dance together, and I understand because I love to dance. Is that something you've always enjoyed together? How did that come about?
Well, it's we basically dance in the kitchen. It's we don't really go out in public and dance, but we just have a little fun on YouTube. But yes, we do enjoy it.
We just dance in the kitchen.
You speak of YouTube. You've got quite a substantial following over on that YouTube platform. What was your motivations to start your YouTube channel? And was there visions of, hey, one day we're going to hit this number and that's our goal?
It started, I never even knew what YouTube even was, probably up to about, now this is the truth, about 8 years ago, I didn't even know anything about YouTube. My son is a tech guy, and he would tell me, Mom, I seen this on YouTube and this and that. And so I kind of dove into it and started watching other homestead channels. And I met a lady through a channel, which I don't know if I can mention her channel or not.
Go ahead.
And can I?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Miss Vicky. She's from Vicky's Country Home. They live off grid in Nevada, and we become very, very good friends. And she kept telling me, Lori, you need to start a YouTube channel. You can teach people a lot, because she knows that this has been my life, and generations before me, this is just all we've ever known. It scared me. I done it. No, I had no idea that I would get this kind of following. But I can tell you that this YouTube, my YouTube community, they are some of the nicest, most beautiful people you ever meet.
Well, absolutely. Well, you two are genuine. You're not faking anything. You are who you are, and that's what people gravitate toward, that authentic personality, and not, if we want to see fake people, we can turn on the TV anytime we want.
Yeah, we don't have the TV on much anymore.
So when people come onto your YouTube channel, what can they expect? I know we keep talking about the homesteading, but what can they expect when they come to your YouTube channel? And if you want to say the name of it again, that'd be good too.
Well, when they come to our channel, it's just, number one, it's about our faith. Our faith in the Lord. But number two, it's just to help. We have 70-year-old, 80-year-old, and 90-year-old people that have subscribed to our channel, and that even comment and write us letters and notes saying that at their age, they're just now learning to preserve. And, I find that very interesting. But there's so many people out there that maybe grew up in a city. Maybe they didn't, have to do all what we call homesteading. It's more, to me, of being sustainable. Because they didn't have big gardens. They didn't can green beans. They didn't do all this. Well, I think people are getting more aware of it now, and they're wanting to learn no matter what their age is. And it's just really something.
A lot of people are getting back to the health benefit of growing your own food and putting it up and having that health benefit.
Well, and just go ahead.
And just it is gardening, it's preserving. It's just a simpler, I guess, what we think is a simpler way of life. It's really a lot of work, but to us, it's a simple way of life.
It's a work that you enjoy doing.
Yes.
And you spoke about 70, 80, 90-year-old people interacting with you.
Yes.
If people, if you know, you can sit around on the couch and go, well, I'm 83 and life's about over, or you can do something about it and enjoy what time you have left and try new things.
Absolutely. That is so correct. And I think when we get to a certain age, we just kind of maybe just give up, but we don't need to. I mean, we just need to keep going and growing our, these vegetables and our own meat and hunting for our own meat. We come from a long line of hunters. We process our own meat, we have local farmers that we can go and get fresh meat from. I mean, it's just a healthier way of living and just watching what we put into our bodies.
So now I'm curious, what are y'all hunting down there? Because here it's whitetail, turkey, ducks, different waterfowl.
Same thing.
Okay.
Yes, same thing.
Do you have any wild hogs or no? Or is that more something?
Any wild
hogs? Wild hogs?
Yes, we have wild hogs, and they're getting thicker and thicker. Matter of fact, I seen just half a mile down the road the other morning, a neighbor's yard, about a 200-pound boar hog, and he's killed probably 20 or so around that area right there. And I do believe I had one come through the corner of my yard here a while back, but they're getting thicker, and they're actually a nuisance because they play havoc with a lot of our native game.
Now, Miss Lori don't hunt. Miss Lori will cook it. I'll clean it up and I'll cook it and I'll process it. Miss Lori don't hunt.
Now, for people who are not aware of the wild hogs down there are just devastating. Is that a year-round nuisance hunt, or are there specific seasons which you can take them out?
Seasons to the hog hunt.
They're actually, the wild hog is actually a year-round season, and there's no limit because they're becoming such a problem.
Are they any good to eat, or are they so gamey that
they're good to eat?
Yes, the younger hogs, and of course you wouldn't want to eat a boar hog, an old hog or not really an old sow, but they do eat a lot of the younger type, the smaller type pigs. Yes.
Well,
Mr. Brown is a big duck hunter.
Okay. And you talk, we go back to the age is just however you want it to be. And there's some people, and you probably know people like this, that just sit around and go, well, life's over. But with your faith in the Lord, it's just exciting. You just don't know whatever's going to happen. You've got your trust, and it's like he's in charge. So let's just do what we're supposed to do and have fun with it.
That's exactly. And that's what our community, our YouTube community, they're still interested in going back and doing the old ways, is what we call them.
Sometimes it's the best ways.
Yeah, it's the hard ways, but it's the old ways, and it's so people know if times got to the point, they know they could survive.
Right.
Because it was always about survival.
What are some of your favorite home remedies that you have that's been in your family for years? It's just go-tos.
Hacks, probably would be more, as far as homesteading hacks, would probably be canning, fermenting, dehydrating, making your own compost, processing your own meat, homemade vinegars. We grow our own herbs and teas like mints and stuff like lemon balm. We make our own tea, rainwater catchment. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so many hacks that you can do to make, your life more sustainable and easier. I make my own homemade cleaners, like homemade laundry detergent and disinfectant cleaners that I use my own herbs, which have compounds to disinfect and stuff like that.
Now,
so
you bring up vinegar.
Seed savings, yes. Vinegar is a very good cleaner. It's not a disinfectant, but it's a good cleaner.
How for people who don't know, how does one make vinegar?
How does one make vinegar?
Yes.
A very simple way. If you want to make apple cider vinegar, just use the peelings off of your apples and put them in like a quart jar if you're just wanting to start out small. Fill that quart jar up with your apple peelings and maybe even the apple core. Of course, eat the apple. Don't put the meat part of the apple in there. Fill it with filtered water, and just put your loose top on it and set it up in your pantry in a dark corner somewhere where it's cool and dry. And within anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, of course, I check mine probably every week for mold. You want to make sure there's no mold in it or anything like that. And if it's at the right temperature and not getting too hot and everything's just right, within 6 weeks, you'll have apple cider vinegar. And I know people get kind of worried about that stuff, but I mean, fermenting's been around since the beginning. I mean, that was the only way they had to preserve in the beginning, was fermenting everything.
Right.
So fermentation's been around for a long time.
Yes.
You just have to be careful with it.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I agree. I've done my fair share of fermenting, and it's the oldest way of how people preserve foods, aside from like salt preserving.
Yes.
So you make a fermented salsa, and a lot of people are intimidated by that. But can you tell us more about the process and how long does it take from when you cut up, the salsa ingredients and put them in the jar to when it's complete? Right.
The homemade salsa is some of the best. Mr. Brown will tell you, it's some of the best he's ever ate. And it's really easy. You just make sure that you follow the recipe correctly and make sure you put enough salt in it. Your fermentation won't be no more than 3 days. You don't want to go any further than that. You just want to make sure that it's in a cool, dark, place, and that all your vegetables are under the brine. Nothing's on top. You have to weight it down. After 3 days, you'll see a little bubble around the edge. When you smell it, it should smell kind of sweet but vinegary, if that's a word. I don't know if that's a word. But if you see any kind of mold or if it smells like a yeasty smell, like sour, you better throw it away and start over. I mean, I have done my share of throwing stuff away and having to start over.
It's just a way of process because the temperature and the humidity, things don't always work the way you want it to.
No, you have, and you have that on your YouTube
after
channel.
3 days, after 3 days, I move it to the refrigerator if I know it's good.
Awesome. I'm going to try it. I haven't tried I've fermented last time. I haven't done fermented salsa yet. So I'm going to try it because it's
so good. It is so, and plus it's got all the probiotics in it for your belly. So
yeah, definitely. Well, we've really appreciated having you on the show. Can you tell us again the name of your YouTube channel and how people can find out more about you?
We are Whippoorwill Holler, and we are not on any other social media except YouTube. So just type in the search bar, Whippoorwill, which is a long word, Whippoorwill Holler. Whippoorwill is the bird. Do y'all know about the bird, the whippoorwill bird?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That's what we're named after because you can hear them really pretty down through the holler here. And Danny come up with that name. Okay. But it's Whippoorwill Holler. And just look for it on the search bar, and it'll go straight to our main page on YouTube.
Well, Miss Lori, Mr. Browns, thank you so much for the knowledge and the time you've offered, not only Holly and myself, but all of our listeners. We appreciate it very much.
Well, we just love being with y'all, and y'all call us back anytime.
Absolutely. And when we return, it's going to be your garden questions and our garden answers. You're tuned in to the Gardening with Joy and Holly radio show.
Got a question for Joey and Holly? Send it via email anytime to gardentalkradio@gmail.com.
Good garden tools make gardening easier. Wisconsin-made Cobra Head tools simplify weeding, cultivating, digging, and planting. Favorites of professional gardeners, Cobra Head tools are durable, ergonomic, and easy to work with. Visit CobraHead.com and use coupon code SOIL for 10% off your order. David J. Frank, Southeastern Wisconsin's leading landscape company, is a landscaper you need. Their award-winning services include everything from lawn care, landscape maintenance, design, construction, renovation, irrigation, sustainability, and more. Big or small, let the experts at David J. Frank handle the hard work for you. Find out more at davidjfrank.com.
Mantis garden tiller cultivators are the perfect solution for any garden. With their gas-powered 2-cycle or 4-cycle engine, these powerful machines can till 9 or 16 inches of land without you breaking a sweat. And it doesn't stop there. Mantis's optional attachments allow you to aerate, plow, and more with the snap of a finger. Engineered with durability in mind, Mantis tiller cultivators will be your guaranteed garden companion for a long time. You can find more out and details at mantis.com.
A non-selective herbicide that is also USDA BioPreferred certified? You bet. Say goodbye to Roundup and hello to No More Weeds by Naturally Green Products. No More Weeds kills weeds with no harsh chemicals and no glyphosate. Safe around pets, No More Weeds has a proprietary sticking agent to use around gardens, pools, decks, patios, anywhere there are weeds. Available online at natgreenproducts.com, Amazon, and Walmart.com. Order yours today. The same great company that brings you no more bugs. Pomona's Universal Pectin is a high-quality pectin that gels reliably with low amounts of any sweetener. If you're trying to reduce the amount of sugar in your diet, you'll love Pomona's Universal Pectin. Now you can make healthy homemade jams and jellies sweetened to your taste. You can use sugar or honey to sweeten. Pomona's Universal Pectin keeps indefinitely when stored in an airtight container. Easy to use, versatile, and comes with directions and recipes in every box. Find out more and where to buy at PomonaPectin.com. Also available at natural food stores and online.
Do you have nuts or fruit in your yard? A Nut Wizard is a handy, effective tool that will pick up round or oval tree produce quickly and easily, leaving debris behind for a clean harvest. A Nut Wizard tool saves your back and your time. Visit nutwizard.com for more information.
Totally Tomato is a family-owned and operated gardening company with the largest selection of tomatoes online. Use code 15TG25 to receive 15% off your order at totallytomato.com. That's code 15TG25.
Welcome back to the Gardening with Joy and Holly radio show. Thank you so much for being with us. It's time for your garden questions and our garden answers. Want more information about those sponsors? Our parent website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com, under the Money tab for coupon codes and Radio 9 tab for all past shows and listing of all sponsors that make this program possible. Question and answer time. Send it on over to gardentalkradio@gmail.com. That's gardentalkradio@gmail.com or 1-800-927-SHOW. You can call that number anytime with your question. 1-800-927-7469.
All right, so first question is, my first year growing potatoes, I thought they did really great, but now about 2 weeks later after drying, I washed them. I think they mean like curing or whatever. I washed them off for the first time and they are, all my Yukon Gold have had these rings that are sort of raised. What is this and is it safe to eat if I cut around?
Well,
it's potato scab.
Potato scab, and you don't want to clean your potatoes unless you're going to use them. That dirt has a protective layer for the potato. So whether you're long-term storaging in a cellar, basement, or just whether you're storing them in a basement, cellar, or bottom of a cabinet, wherever, out of direct sunlight, because they will begin to sprout, you want to leave that dirt on until you're going to use it. Now, you've got potato scab. And there's a couple of things in which to prevent potato scab. Focus on managing your soil conditions and potato selection. Keys include planting certified scab-free potatoes. If you're buying potatoes or planting those that are sprouting in your cupboard that you've purchased from the store, these can have issues. We've done it, and it's okay, but not all potatoes are created equal. So if the potato that's starting to sprout has some scabbing on it, it's going to transfer into the ground and into the next layer or next round of potatoes that you're planting. So try to find a resistant variety and maintain acidic soil conditions, about a 5.3. Now that is a little on the lower side, but potatoes are more adaptable to that. Now, if you don't want to adjust it, that's not detrimental to the production of your potatoes, but that is the key level that they want to be grown in. And avoid fresh manure and excess lime. Fresh manure will burn your certain manures will burn your plants, but fresh manure in general with potatoes is not necessarily a good thing. And lime, overabundance of lime, we talk about it all the time. Too much of this you may think is good, but not really.
And then you can rotate your crops. I know this isn't always
Every 3
easy.
years.
Yeah, I know this isn't always easy in certain
Yes.
gardening situations, but you can, one corner of the garden to another corner, and you want to make sure that you are using non-susceptible crops such as corn, peas, or beans. That will
Bush beans are a good go-to.
Yeah.
They will grow very well in most
Yeah.
conditions. Has anyone ever moved their raised beds? I realize mine would make more sense turned the other way, but they are full of stuff right now, and obviously I should wait until they are not much, until there's not much growing in them, right? To give context, they are 2 by 4 by 1 foot tall and definitely heavy.
So this is what I would do.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to empty
Well,
some of the
first of all,
soil.
why are you wanting to move it? Are they not?
sounds
Is
like-
things not growing very good in the current orientation that they are in? Or do you just feel that it would be better to rotate them? We
I
don't
know.
have all that
It
information.
just says that they'll be better turned
Right.
the other way. All right. So assuming that you have you have some sort of reason, whether it be how you want your backyard
Right,
to look
right.
or whatever, you have to figure out a solution. So the best solution, I think, would be to, if you can, do them one by one and empty half the soil. Now ours, we don't have a bottom to ours.
Correct. We
So-
don't know if that's the case with these or not. But
Right.
you're going to have to remove a
You have to
lot of soil.
Yeah. We could probably get away with removing like half the soil from the sides.
Correct.
And then rotating
Twisting it, yeah.
I don't know if-
180 degrees
Yeah.
and point them the other way. Yeah.
So like keep the soil that's in the middle, and obviously you're gonna have some spillage or whatever, but that could be an option.
Wheelbarrow and a big tarp.
Right, to put all that soil on a tarp. This will also give you a chance to, if you want to,
Bond with your
replenish,
children or your grandchildren or your spouse.
pay a neighbor kid.
Uh-huh.
But it'll give you a chance to replenish the soil if you need to, and you don't have to do all of it. You could do half or a quarter or whatever, but it'll kind of give you a chance to do that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There's not really like an easy way, but it is possible.
Hey, we've done a lot of things that weren't easy, but we got them done, and it worked. Things look a lot better because we did them the way it needed to be done.
I think you should probably do that, late fall, early spring.
I would do it
whatever.
late fall
Yeah.
because early spring, everybody's like, I'm 2 weeks behind before I ever get started. That's just the motive of everybody's mind. I should have done this 2 weeks ago. We've been there.
Yeah, for sure. And if you could just if you feel that, I don't know how many, did he say, or she, or whoever say how many? It
No,
doesn't say.
just
Just do one at a time so that you feel you have some control, because sometimes projects like that take on a whole beast and then you get tired, and so I would just start one at a time.
Number 4. I need some ideals for canning peppers. I have a mix of hot and sweet ones and have already picked a whole bunch of banana peppers, hot mixed peppers, and hot sweet peppers relish. I've done pepper jelly and I'm not a fan of it. So looking for any ideals, not enough jalapenos for cowboy candy.
You could do a mild cowboy candy. That's one thing. I've done it with sweet peppers.
Okay.
And also hot peppers. So you could do a combo. Otherwise, you can dehydrate them. You can ferment them, make your own hot sauce, slice and freeze.
Right. Now I dug around. I did find this, and I've never heard of this. So if you're listening and you've done this, gardentalkradio@gmail.com, let me know. Chop and dry them in a dehydrator. Mix them with sea salt. It's an amazing finish salt, great for popcorn, cornbread, and any vegetable topping.
It's almost like paprika. Paprika is smoked peppers.
Right.
So it'd be
Smoked
like
and
less
dehydrated,
smoky.
yeah.
It'd be like less smoky.
Put it on
Give it a nice little-
popcorn.
I guess.
Yeah.
I can't eat popcorn.
Yeah. You don't like cornbread, and then there's health issues why you can't eat popcorn. But
I also don't like lemonade.
wait, whoa, you don't like lemonade?
Yeah. How do you not know that?
I'm learning things that I should have known 15 years ago. How do you not like lemonade? What's
It's
wrong
just
with
too-
lemonade?
It's too sour.
Have you not had like homemade lemonade?
No, I don't like that either.
So even because that's extremely tart. You put some lemons and like half of it full of sugar. No.
I don't like lemonade, cornbread,
Rhubarb.
rhubarb.
Can't eat popcorn.
Can't eat popcorn. I can't eat regular corn. I miss corn. I miss the freshness of the corn with the butter.
You couldn't
and
do
the
like
salt.
pulverize it and turn it into like a paste corn.
That sounds
What
terrible.
isn't there something in
It's
the
cream corn.
Yeah. Isn't there something in the Mexican cuisine where they grind corn up and they layer it onto like a tortilla or something? Isn't there something like that?
That's how they make tortillas.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
So, yeah. Well, we are out of time, and we've learned a lot of things. We appreciate your time, and we thank you for it. If you want to find out and find more shows, you can Google and go to your favorite search engine, the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show, and find all of it there, or our parent website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com at the top of the page. Tune in with us next week where we'll be discussing some uncommon uses for apples. It's that season. You'll be picking them or having them purchased from your local farm. So, we can make apple pie, we can make juice, but we're going to talk about some uncommon uses for that, as well as natural privacy options when it comes to keeping your business to yourself and keeping everybody's eyes off your property. Our guest is Jess, the Naked Gardener, on social media. She's got her clothes on, don't worry about it. And we'll answer your garden questions. So until next week, for
Holly Baird.
I'm Joy Baird, and we will see you in the garden.